Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, a spiritual consultant and real estate businessman. Remember, for those of you that are having spiritual problems, you can feel free to contact me. Those of you who have property to sell or looking for property to buy, you can also contact me. And if you lend your friend and your family your hard-earned cash and you cannot get it back, feel free to contact Real Talk, that collection department. Now, viewers, you can contact us at 238-6716 or 339-1670. I want to say a special good night to you viewers of Real Talk in Trinidad and Tobago, of the Caribbean and around the globe. Those of you that are on our page, like and share our page as we go live. Encourage your friends and your family to tune in. Remember, we are the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. Presently, we have built ourselves by the name, by the facts that we relate to you, by you telling your friends and your family about Real Talk with Saieed Ali. You know, share it with your friends and them that we deal with the issues of the day, even the issues in your community. Now, you can call in our program from 7 to 8 p.m. and voice your concern. 238-6716 is our live calling studio line. We want to hear from you. What is taking place in your community? Whether it's guns, whether it's drugs, whether it's larceny, you're not getting your road fixed. Feel free to call in and share your concerns with the rest of Trinidad and Tobago. So viewers, as we start off tonight's program, COVID-19 in Trinidad and Tobago. It seems to be the talk on every lip and every tongue in our country. The Ministry of Health update shows 41 new cases as of today, which brings the total number of cases to 229. The number of active cases now stands at 477 as of the death toll remain at 12. 144 persons have since been discharged from hospitals. 90 patients are en route to hospital as 35 new patients are expected to be processed for admission. So viewers, like I said, and I will continue saying it, please be aware. Be aware there is no vaccine. Your life is at risk. You could lose your life through COVID-19 and you would leave your family to mourn. Why? Because of you being careless. So I am saying it to you night after night on our show, please take care of your health. Why am I telling you this? Because there are some new regulations in place for the hardened ones and them. So, here it is. Public Health Regulation 24 have been amended, which takes effect as of today. After CMO Dr. Roshan Parashram stated that persons who were tested and are waiting results have refused to stay home and self-quarantine. It is now law that any person who refuses to follow directions given by doctors in regard to testing and tracking the spread of COVID-19 can be arrested, fined, and even jailed. Caller, good night. Hello?
Very good evening to you, Mr. Saeed.
To you, my friend.
Right. As long as I could recall, I understand that nobody is above the law.
True.
Correct?
True.
So, and this is taboo, and I don't want, but I am going to discuss it. The Syrians who breached the public health ordinance down the island,
yes,
and now COVID is rampant among them, I would like the authorities to charge these people. And if you cannot charge them, they send me a charge today, and the ones at Peak who was bathing in the sea and the ones in Tobago,
yes,
refund them the money forthwith. Because nobody is above the law. All the best.
Thank you, my friend. Well said. I was waiting for somebody to say something like that, you know. I was waiting for somebody to say something like that. You know why I'm waiting? Because their voice will be heard in Trinidad, in Tobago, up the island, and around the world. Yes, around the world. So viewers, listen to this. The regulations are as follows. It is an offense to fail to comply with the directions or to obstruct a medical practitioner, a nurse, a member of staff at a public hospital, or a designated facility, or a member of staff of a public or private ambulance service from carrying out their directions. So you could be charged. If you fail to comply, you will be fined and even jailed. So please, take heed. Now, anyone who breaches these regulations are liable on a summary conviction to a fine of $50,000 or 6 months imprisonment. Now, remember, viewers, on a previous show, remember we were talking. I was asking you what to call in. Should there be a fine imposed for individuals who break the public health regulations? So we have our results today. Did we go down the wrong road? No. Did we push for it? Yes. Today we got our results. You see, we need to put measures in place in order for people to understand how serious it is. So there's our results today from asking for that. These regulations shall take effect from the 18th of August 2020 to 12 September 2020. So tonight I want to publicly thank the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Roshan Parashuram, in handing down these measures. And like I said last night on a previous show, as long as there's a medical pandemic such as COVID-19, the CMO have all authorization to instruct the Commissioner of Police, to instruct his officers to charge any individual found in breach of the COVID-19 health regulations. So it is in effect. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead.
Dr. Ali came speech, right? He said if Kamla wins, it was a go to the IMF, right?
Mm-hmm.
He also said that they would take money from the UTC and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to know if he's going to do that now, since he's in government. I want to know if he's going to do that. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. I will see how best I can try to answer your question, hopefully before the show is over. Now, this is where things get a little out of hand now. And you know me, I just put the cards straight down on the table. So listen to this. Patients are frustrated over the extensive wait for their test results. Real Talk spoke to a few patients who were admitted to Cora facility and then transferred to the Tacarigua Rapid Center. First swab. This swab was done on the 7th day at Cora. Patients noted that medical staff explained to them that if their results are positive from the first test, which was taken on the 7th day, they would have to do another first test. Only when 2 tests are done back to back with 2 negative results, the patient are discharged. 7th day, the first test was done. The result was positive after 24 hours. At this stage, a second test was not done because the patient was already positive. Listen clearly. After 7 days had passed, on the 12th of August, another first test was done. Patients are still waiting result from the first test from the 12th of August. Some patients alleged that they made several complaints to medical staff about the lengthy time without any result. However, However, viewers, the nurses indicated that the delay in receiving results were out of their control. Now we understand that. We understand that they addressed the nurse to take the order, to go do the test, and to send it where it have to be. So patients were further advised that CAFA is responsible for the testing, and the process is long in testing samples. Some frustrated patients told Real Talk that they have been in quarantine over 3 weeks with no symptoms, yet they have not received their test results from the first test. So you see what's going on? Another major concern for frustrated patients is that poor meal arrangement at the facility. Let me tell you something. I'm going to show you a picture. Hold on. I'm going to show you a picture. Let me tell you something. For the people who prepare the food, or wherever the hell the food is coming from. Boy, let me tell you something. When I saw that picture today, I wanted to know if it's dog they're feeding. Serious. I wanted to know who is the people that organizing the food, if they see about the food properly. Serious. I wanted to know how the hell this could happen at a COVID step-down facility in Trinidad. Listen to this. Real Talk understand that there are several diabetic persons at the facility. However, hold back with the picture. I will tell you when to show it. Their meals that these diabetic persons receiving are not correct meals suitable for them. If you had diabetes, you're going to eat sweet bread? You're going to eat sweet bread? Anyone who have diabetes, does eat sweet bread? Huh? Show the picture of them. This picture was sent in to us from a step-down facility, a COVID-19 step-down facility. What you are seeing on screen is what? I call it a maggot. That came from a step-down facility in Trinidad. Let me tell you something. People sick out here. The diabetic people and them are here, they're getting sweet bread. They're complaining. Somebody sent me that picture. Bread, vegetables, and you know what you're eating bread with? Bygone. You're eating the bloody hell bread with bygone. The government spending hundreds of millions of dollars, thousands of dollars, and we're getting bread and bygone. Bread and bygone. The diabetic person getting sweet bread, he better just stay home and die. Show them back the picture with the maggot. Somebody in the step-down facility contacted me and sent that picture for me. Saieed, this is what we're getting. So I want to see all the ministers and them. I want to see all the ministers and them who are in charge of health, what they're going to do. Because people complaining and money spending. Now we don't have money to keep another lockdown. I'm going to tell you something. When I see that picture, I get sick. I got sick. Look what I had to eat. I could call the name of the center it came from, but I wouldn't do that. Because you know why? You know why? I hear they stick up on the walls. No videoing, no photography taking. You know why they're doing that? Because I don't want you, the citizen outside here in Trinidad and Tobago, to see how the place is. To see how the place is. Last time I complained, I believe it was Cora the person was in. No water in Cora. When I highlight it on TV, next day they're going to fill all the tank in Cora. All the tank, and they clean up the place nice, nice, nice. They clean it up nice, nice, nice. And I hear they are being victimized. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let Saieed tell you something. If this is the kind of condition we have to go and face when people decide to listen, I begging people to listen, you know. I begging people to listen. Right? But if this is the kind of condition, if this is the kind of condition, you better we stay home. Take what I'm telling all you. Because that's the kind of food we get in. And that's the condition of the place. And no water to bathe. And the toilet smelling funky. You better we stay home. And every day the ministers them coming out and bawling. Let me tell you, it's more like one speech right through. It's like one speech right through. A for apple, B for bat, C for cat, D for dog. Right, Monday. Tuesday is A for apple, B for bat, C for cat, D for dog. Wednesday, A for apple, B for bat, C for cat, D for dog. What the hell? Try it up again, let the people see. I want to let us see it. Who the hell is these people and them? Who taking care of watch? If you watch good, use the next picture. All I see in the bacon on the plate, all I see in the vegetables, and all I see in the bread. All I feel is joke. Hundreds of thousands of dollars spending, and that's what we get in. And according to health minister, one the medicine costing at least $200,000 per person. How the hell we getting good? How the hell we getting good when that's what we get in? Every day you're coming out A for apple, B for cat, C for dog. But there's still one more to zipping is this mouth. And this year intends to be real stink. Because too much of foolishness taking place. And if nobody has stand up for it, you know what they're going to do? They're going to put it down with mouth. And they're going to ram it down. Take that. You have to swallow it. Not wrong me, brother man. Not wrong me. So if that is what we get in, if that is what we get in, and the conditions stink for us we're hearing, let me tell you something. Let me tell you citizens something. You better all wear your mask, and when they get a little fever, take a little medicine. Go by the doctor, get a little flu injection, and go about your normal business. No, I'm telling all you that. Because if that's the condition, if that is the condition, you better we stay home, we're more safe. We're more safe. When you see things like that, what you going to do? Huh? Viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. But I want to hear what all you had to say. Because listen this, is hundreds of thousands of dollars that are being spent. The given answer for 50 million US. What about the next $100 million? Me I hear nothing about it. Me I hear no lockdown. People like to stop getting grant. All kind of thing. I'll be with you right after this break.
Come down to Martha Imports Limited, one of the largest wholesalers and retailers for all your 4x4, SUV and car accessories. We also have in stock a large variety of rims to suit all your vehicular needs, new arrivals of 4x4 off-road accessories, and we are the sole distributor of TWI 4x4 accessories. Check us out at number 3 Hassan Ali Trace, South Lower Barrapore, or contact us at 654-5234, 289-4901, 271-3519 or 360-8773. We guarantee the best customer service, best deals and definitely the best wheels. Martha Imports Limited. We put our customers first. Come down to Martha Imports Limited, one of the largest wholesalers and retailers.
Welcome back to Real Talk viewers. Caller, good night.
I can never say.
Go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk.
First to begin, you're doing a great job, right? People not even taking precaution for this COVID-19, right? A lot of people gathering in these, well, I live in a kind of ghetto, right? And a lot of people gathering, and it's just like normal, they keeping just party, you know. That's stupidness. And the police should be doing the work a little more better. Thanks.
Thank you, caller. But I feel it's a joke. Let me tell you something. When the individual come out, when he comes out, I'm going to bring him right here. I will withhold back his name, and I will withhold back the facility that he is in. You know why? Because I hear the victimizing. Let me tell you something. I stink, you know. And I know nobody can touch me. Because I stand up for the right thing. Anyone of the citizens in Trinidad and Tobago could have been in a center and getting that very same bread and vegetable and baigan. And then when done, you know, if 14 days, 14 pants, 14 jersey, 14 towel. When you're done, you have to throw away all them things. And if you leave a fan, they tell you can't go with the fan. But how I can't go with no fan? I bring it. Eh? Boy, let me tell you something. It's a different story with me, you know. Hundreds of millions of dollars cannot be spending, and that's what we're getting. It's stinkness. But I'm waiting for him to come out. I'm waiting, and I will bring him right here. Right here. And you all will hear for yourself. So listen this. We have a call on the line. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night, Said.
Go right ahead.
If I should get COVID, I will never say nothing. I will stay home and the medicine free.
Thank you.
Take my normal publish it and let people call me when they get it. Thank you.
But tell you that is madness, boy. Last week I highlighted a matter. They fill up the tank, they clean up the place. Look, this week I come back with the next one. Look at the condition of the food. So the people who clean in the food, or the people who cook in the food, with them wearing darkers, them have cataract in their eye. You better they go and cut it. That's madness, boy. Student under self-quarantine from the Vistabella Primary School, Primary Presbyterian School, are unsure as to whether or not they will be allowed to write the secondary entrance assessment exam. This after one classmate was tested positive. Over 50 other students were swabbed and tested for COVID-19 on August 11th and are still awaiting results from the authorities. Parents expressed frustration for the lack of information, as others stated that she is worried about the psychological impact this would have on her child. Parents are now unsure if their children will write the entrance exam on Thursday, 20th of August, 2020. The Minister of Health, Terence Singh, noted that he will be investigating the matter. I want to go and investigate the people who cooking food for patients at the step-down facilities. And big they have on the wall. No photograph, no picture taking, no selfies, no nothing. It's the same thing in the hospital because they don't want the public to understand the condition of the place. A man like me, and I know all can't touch me, let me tell you something, is fire coming. Call a good night.
Good night, sir. That is well said. You know, is this government really serious about the COVID? Because, I mean, you know, the Prime Minister took standing innovation that he has managed, and they said that how people calling them from outside and ask them how they manage the COVID and all these kind of things. What happened now? What happened now that you have in excess of 600 cases of COVID and you're not hearing nothing? What is dialysis and then doing? And if they're claiming that so much money is spent on these step-down facilities, so where is the money going? Who is getting the money when people is eating this standard of food? This is like some refugee camp that people in. And one other point quickly, sir, on a matter of spirituality, I know you are a spiritual man. When this government is going to be sworn in, and they are holding these holy books, and that I swear you're going to rule without fear and favor and all these kind of things. Isn't that desecration, sir? That you are holding a holy book and you are swearing you are not going to do something. Is it formal? Can we get rid of this? Let them continue to do what they had to do. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, my friend. So hear us now. The People's National Movement is moving ahead. The People's National Movement is moving ahead with plans to challenge the nomination of Mr. Barry Padarat for the 2020 general election. Prior to the election, the party raised concerns over the issue. It argued that Padarat signed the wrong nomination form. Hold on. Don't get too hyper, sit down on your couch. It signaled its intention to challenge the matter in court. He won the Princestown seat for the United National Congress. Speaking at a media conference earlier, political leader Dr. Keith Rowley made the announcement.
We took steps in the event that we wanted to go to court, that we informed the people of Princestown that the candidate for the UNC was improperly nominated and was open to a challenge. That challenge is open to the PNM or to any person or agency. But the PNM was pursuing the PNM's interest in this matter and drew it to the attention of the authorities and the national community. As leader of the PNM, before I embark on any such authorization, even though we have made the preparation so to do, I sought very solid legal advice, because we did get legal advice during the election campaign. But subsequent to that, I sought further legal advice. I have sought the legal advice of the most eminent Caribbean senior counsel and others. I've had the opinion of two senior counsel, one of whom is the most eminent in the Caribbean.
So now, viewers, according to the minister, they have seek advice. So if they have seek advice, they waited. Why the seniors and them, the senior counsel, didn't send a pre-action protocol letter for Mr. Padarat preventing him from being nominated? Why didn't they send a action letter? So now that he won his seat, they have seek advice. Good. Put up the photo with the woman from Tobago. So they said Padarat signed the wrong form. So we have one form here now with a candidate for Tobago signing two different ways. Is this form valid, or did two persons sign one form? So what I want to ask you is, if you're going to sign a form and your name is John Doe, so on top now you would write John Doe, right? So when you hear you come down secondly now, who name you going to put? Johnny Doe? Because there's two different spelling on a form. And look what it says underneath. I am qualified to be elected as a member. So how come the UNC now ain't saying nothing about it? We have two different names, different spelling of an individual. How come the UNC ain't saying nothing about it? They're going to swallow the pill that the present administration give them? PNM administration is going after Barry Padaran, saying he signed the wrong form. We have a candidate in Tobago, two different spelling of her name, and nobody is saying nothing. Everybody quiet. Everybody quiet. Is that form valid or not? This is what I want to ask. And I heard that when you hear you're filling out the form, if you scratch it or you make a mistake, the form is not valid. So what's going on there now? Somebody say something. Where's the senior councils? Where's the EBC? Where's the opposition? Nobody is saying nothing. Nobody is saying nothing. I just pay attention to what's taking place in Trinidad, you know. I have two eye God give me. I have to go and get my eye tested, and I get two others, plus I have a whole set of eye around me. Call a good night. I just pay attention to what's taking place in Trinidad, you know. I have Call, are you done already? When you're calling in, be prompt. Be bold. Because that is be bold when I stand up on my platform for Trinidad and Tobago, you know. That is be bold because I know what I bring to you is nothing else but the facts. And it has proof with a video or a photo to back it up. So while we're on that, I hear to have some bandits up in George Village, Tabland. They're moving with a white wagon. So here's what I want the citizens of George Village to do. The household and them that do have the licensed firearm. Now it's 3 individuals. They're moving with a white wagon. Hopefully before the end of the week I should get the number and the model. In the night time, wee hours in the morning, anytime all see a white wagon and all have a firearm and they jump in front of your house, let me tell all something. All they have license to shoot. All they have license to shoot. So deal with them. I am telling you that. Because it don't make sense to have a licensed firearm and you have it under your pillow and you let a bandit break in your house and they beat you. I'm not inciting violence. All I am saying is defend your property. That is what I am saying. So those of you from George Village, in Tabland, if you're looking on, there's a white wagon with 3 individuals roaming the areas. I believe about 2 or 3 people got robbed in the area already. So please be aware. And the Tabland police station, please make that route a frequent route. Please, I beg and all you. All in Tabland already. I have friends living up Tabland. Call a good night.
Hi, good night.
Hello, I can hardly hear you.
Hi, good night.
Go right ahead. She gone already? Call, are you there?
Good night.
Good night, dear.
Anything thing what I call to say is that I disagree with what you just said, that you are not above the law. You just have to adopt just like any citizen of this country, because you are a host and you should discipline yourself in a more respectable manner than that. Okay?
Thank you, my dear. I am a host. And let me tell you something. Me being a host, I will carry on my program as I see it fit. Because I will tell you something. If I come out like sponge, you see when you hear they're doing rating, and they have 100 people on the list, I might make 99. I might make 99. But to place third in one of the best news forecasts in Trinidad and Tobago, which means I'm doing something good. And above me, there's two giants. There's two giants. Two other TV stations, they are owned by some billionaires. And for me to place third, meaning I am doing something good. I am doing something good. And I just tell people, you know, if you don't like how my show going, there are many other networks you could watch. Bold and brave. If you tell me, Saieed, I don't like your show, meaning you don't like what's taking place in Trinidad and Tobago because I'm bringing it live to you. Live to you. So, to place third, I'm doing something good. Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, but I just want to say something, right? We have a country right now under a serious pandemic with COVID-19.
Yes.
Mashing up, killing people getting sick. They're locking down the place, no income, that people not working, have no income. But you studying a man who will not see but they win election. And before you look to study what is important, you study a man with a seat. Yet now you have a form that signed with a scratch on it.
Thank you. You see? That is important. You're studying a man, sign the wrong form, but you have a candidate. That candidate signed their name two different ways. So I'm asking the EBC, is that valid or not? Because I will tell you something. On these forms, you cannot make mistakes and you cannot scratch. You cannot scratch and you cannot make a mistake. So if Barry Padarat signed the wrong form, all right, no problem. His form is not valid, so I want to know if this form valid. Because I will tell you something. When you go in the bank, to get your own money, don't make a mistake in the form, you know. Because you ain't getting your money. It's yours. The money is yours. But make a mistake, you will wait righty. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night, Saieed.
Go right ahead.
That form with Parrot and the other girl, the ABC supposed to be looking at that and take full responsibility. They cannot win no case in no court with that. And the next thing too, if that woman trying to embarrass you, you should have slapped you on the TV.
Caller, they can't embarrass me, you know. Because I will tell you something. At the end of the day, when 7 o'clock reach, they're tuning in. Excuse. When 7 o'clock reach, they're tuning in. Because they want to know what is the latest in the current affairs going on in Trinidad. And there's only one show that's bringing to you live. Real Talk with Saieed Ali. And I allow you to call in and voice your concern. So listen to this now as we roll on. Political leader of the United National Congress, Kamala Persad-Bissessar, is questioning if Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley deliberately sabotaged international observers from coming to witness the August 10th, 2020 general election. This came in a statement on her Facebook page. Mrs. Persad-Bissessar said the letter shown that both organizations had in fact indicated that they could make the trip to observe the election. The Prime Minister later claimed that both organizations were unable to afford the cost of the mandatory state of 14 days COVID-19 quarantine. He also bluntly refused to provide evidence to substantiate his claims. So viewers, I read some of the letters that the Prime Minister's office released. Now I'm going to tell you something. Listen to this carefully, eh? Yes, they were saying that they cannot afford the 14-day quarantine. But in another letter, they were waiting. They were waiting to make arrangements with the government. So listen to this. There are hotels in Trinidad. There are hotels in Trinidad that the government are using as a quarantine step-down facility. And they are paying thousands of dollars. These observers, the government could have more than afford to bring in these observers for election. They could have more than afford to bring in these observers for the August 10th general election in Trinidad and Tobago. You know why? Because they are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars paying for facilities, for step-down individuals of COVID-19. So don't tell me it didn't have money. And don't tell me the observers didn't want to come in, because they were waiting. They were waiting to make arrangement from the government of Trinidad and Tobago to the Commonwealth. Because I will tell you something. We got $150 million. And so for everything what they're saying, they spend this, they spend that, they spend the next. It's about $50 million US for COVID. Where the next $100 million went? I'm going to tell you something. If it's one man that have following what the government doing in Trinidad and Tobago, is real talk with Saieed Ali. A series of letters from both the Commonwealth and the CARICOM Secretary General was sent to the Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley and Foreign Affairs Minister Dennis Moses. These letters stated both organizations had an impact indicating otherwise. They noted that the Minister Moses had kept delaying giving an answer when repeatedly asked to do so. Ms. Prasad Bisasa said that the PM must explain this move that was purposely done to undermine the election process. Let me tell you something. These observers could have come in Trinidad and Tobago, and the government could afford to have them in quarantine. Take what I'm telling earlier. Take what I'm telling earlier. Because the kind of hotels I hear that the government is paying for step-down facilities, the government could have more than allowed these observers to come in Trinidad and Tobago. But if Moses now keep denying and keep, how to say it, delaying the response, what are you going to expect? What are you going to expect? Opposition leader Kamala Prasad Bisasa has finally accepted defeat. However, she said she will not be resigning. So those of you who are thinking that the Ms. Bisesa would resign, nah, she's not doing that. In a statement issued on Tuesday, the opposition leader said she is satisfied that the people have spoken and the People's National Movement will form the new government. She is satisfied. Prasad Bisesa congratulated Dr. Rowley and wished him all the best. The opposition leader added that if she is disappointed with the election result, however, she said the running away is not an option at this point in time. So she ain't running to go nowhere. She's standing up. She's standing up. She accepted her defeat. Honestly, she have accepted her defeat. And she's telling Trinidad and Tobago she's not going to resign. Neither is she running away. Prasad Bisesa further pledged to lead one of the strongest opposition forces in our political history with safety, accountability, transparency, and equality as it is priority. So what I want to see now, what I'm waiting to see is that I believe it's tomorrow is the swearing in of the Prime Minister and his cabinet member. The opposition leader says she is not running and she is standing firm. So I want to see now when the PNM administration swear into office and they start running the country, I hope that the opposition could stand up like I standing up here, because I will call them out. Because you see the foolishness that went by in the 5 years? Not again. Not again. Caller, good night. Hello? Her Excellency President Paula May Weeks has received the final result from the 2020 general election from the chairman of the Election and Boundaries Commission, that is the EBC. Letters were issued to Dr. Keith Rowley and Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bisesa inquiring their desire to be appointed Prime Minister and Leader of the Opposition, respectively. The ceremony to swear in cabinet for Trinidad and Tobago will take place at the President's House on Wednesday, 19th August at 4 p.m.
I am pleased to tell you that since I have called this press conference, subsequent to calling this press conference, I have received communication from Her Excellency the President, indicating to me that she has received the requisite correspondence from the Elections and Boundaries Commission, which permits now the next step in the process of the appointment of a new government in Trinidad and Tobago.
So now, viewers, I wouldn't congratulate the Prime Minister as yet, but I will wait until he is sworn in to congratulate him as a Prime Minister. You have to give respect where respect is due. I am big enough to say that. You know, there's a song that, oh God, I think it's Bob Marley sang the song, Who the Cap Fit? Let him wear it. We'll see tomorrow. So, during a media conference at the Balize House earlier today, Dr. Keith Rowley also said that he was in the process of putting together a new cabinet.
I am in the process of putting together a cabinet and the rest of the government, which by tomorrow afternoon should be available to the public.
So that is with the Prime Minister. We will see about him tomorrow. But listen this. Dark days are ahead, and yet again for this country's barkeepers and operators. This comes following the most recent public health regulations. The regulations took effect on Monday morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. it is the latest move by the government to curb the spread of COVID-19, given the recent spike in the number of cases. While bars are allowed to remain open, customers are not allowed to remain on the premises when they buy. President of the Barkeepers and Operators Association, Teran Mohan, said his members are worried by the new regulations. Mohan said the most of his members are fearing for the worst. Now, viewers, we can only hope for the best. For the best. So I was thinking this. If they can't drink in the bar, let me say some of them go with their vehicle. You go in the bar, you buy and I jump in your vehicle. Because I go tell you something, drinking and driving is a serious thing. So you might park up in front of the bar, you go drink your alcohol and then you go drive out. When I'm police, you have to be on the lookout. Hey, recent, we have a call on the line. Caller, good night.
Saeed, good night.
Good night, my dear.
Saeed, we need this government to start telling people the truth. They lied to us for the last 5 years and they're coming back to lie again to us. The country is dying. Saeed, there's a whole family in Tobago. The lady called in on our program this evening. The lady could barely breathe for her to talk. The woman, she coughing blood. They call nobody, the whole family, you know. She, husband, children, and the children very small. The woman cannot speak. What it is Terrence Galsing doing there and drawing a big salary, all of them, and just covering up these COVID results that they now bring out. Say those things was there before election. But they try to keep it in the dark until after election, thinking Kamala will win election, so they will palm it off on her. Understand? But she's a lady with forum. She's not like Rowley, who don't care about people. All of them that jump up and went and vote. I hope they have belly to take what is going to happen in this country for the next 20 years, not 5 years. Because I tell you, people dying, people sick. Nobody seen about them side. Terrence Dialton got to move from there and for the CMO. He is a medical doctor. We can't be monkeying around with people life for longer in this place. Thank you, Sai.
Thank you, my friend. And but to tell you the truth, to tell you the truth, I don't know how this man end up being the Minister of Health, you know. You see, I will tell you something. When you want to fix crime in Trinidad, we have to have a lawyer, a criminal lawyer as the Attorney General. If you want to fix health in Trinidad and Tobago, we have to have a doctor as a Minister of Health. If you want to fix education in a country, let the Minister of Education be a retired teacher or something. Or somebody high up in education. You can't take a woodworkman and put him as an education man. That ain't working at all. You can't take a Donzi head man and put him for a medical practitioner as a Minister of Health. You can't take a man who know about accounts and put him to run the legal affairs of Trinidad and Tobago. It could never happen. It could never happen. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but I will be with you right after this break.
Come down to Martha Imports Limited, one of the largest wholesalers and retailers for all your 4x4, SUV and car accessories. We also have in stock a large variety of rims to suit all your vehicular needs, new arrivals of 4x4 off-road accessories, and we are the sole distributor of TWI 4x4 accessories. Check us out at number 3 Hassan Ali Trace, South Lower Barrapore, or contact us at 654-5234-289-4901. 271-3519 or 360-8773. We guarantee the best customer service, best deals, and definitely the best wheels. Mathai Imports Limited. We put our customers first. Come down to Mathai Imports Limited, one of the largest wholesalers and retailers.
So viewers, welcome back to Real Talk. You know, I encourage you to tell your friends and your family about Real Talk, because we deal with the real issues that is facing Trinidad and Tobago, and we allow you to call in to raise your concerns in your community or something that we are talking about. Now, this is the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. I thank you, the viewers, for making us the #1 current affairs program. Hence the reason why when I come on my set, I come to you with videos, I come to you with pictures, with photographs, showing you where the facts came from. So, like Tanti say, I have to learn to behave myself as a host. Let me tell you something. If I didn't get it on like this, and I didn't bring the facts, I would have never made it to the 3rd position in one of the 3rd best news forecasts in Trinidad. And it also puts Synergy TV on a spot. Yes. It also plays them good ratings. Good ratings. So viewers, we have about a minute and something left on our program tonight. Remember, we have our drive on for the Rape Crisis Center. Please, feel free to make a contribution. We are far from the 10 million, but nevertheless, it wouldn't happen overnight. It's something I want to do for Trinidad and Tobago. I need your support. This is what I need from you. If we are to have this structure, this type of facility in Trinidad, I need your help. I need your help. I am trying to negotiate with the general manager for Synergy TV for a rerun the following day. Hopefully when that is sorted out, those of you who can't view our show at night will be able to see a rerun the following day. So viewers, share our live stream. Share our live stream. We'll talk with Saieed Ali. Like and share our page, because we keep you up to date during the course of the day. You know, when you're moving, you're on your work and there's no television. Like our page, so you will get breaking news as it happened in our country. And for the bandits in Tabland, George Village Day, for the businessman, if all have all a fireman, all see them, defend your property. That is all I am saying. Defend your property, because that is what you applied for a firearm for. To defend your property. And also the neighbor property. Because I don't think you're going to want to see a bandit running in your neighbor yard and help out the neighbor. And I just call it on the Tabland police station. Please make George Village a frequent route that you all could patrol. Those of you in the Tabland area, if there's no TV in the station, tell them that Saieed Ali put them up on TV just to make patrols. It's not to blast them. They do a good job. Viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, it's another day tomorrow. Be safe. Enjoy the night. Ilahanta rabauza la inta ala amato. Give God the praises and the thanks. I did for making us #3. Good night.